Explain how, like, dating, you know, because you talk about how, like, there's not that big of a choice here. Yeah, dating pool. So what do you do?
So I had a lot of friends in Manhattan, specifically like in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, which is the largest concentration of Orthodox, modern Orthodox young Jewish women in the country is concentrated in this 30-block radius in Manhattan. So it seems like a good idea at the time. So all my friends would set me up on dates, and I would fly up to New York to go on these dates. And so I would talk to a girl for like a month, and then I'd fly up and meet her and go on one date. And I soon realized that this was a very inefficient way. It would take me like a month, and then I'd spend money flying up there and one date, and it didn't work out. After 5 minutes, we realized it wasn't right. So I soon realized that was an inefficient way to do things. So I started scheduling multiple dates for the same trip. So like I would fly up there on a Sunday morning, I'd fly up there, and I'd schedule 5 dates. So I had lunch, coffee, dinner, coffee. Okay? And then I'd fly back home that night, and I'm like, boarding the plane, and I'm like giving my card to the stewardess, and I'm like all jittery from all the caffeine. But that was certainly no way to lead a life. I probably dated over 100 women that way.
And wow, and a lot of them, and there were
any ex-girlfriends in the audience.
And you are you're able to really categorize the different women that you met in New York. In that scene, and I think there's a show up there that you mentioned that's almost like the Studio 54. It's like a big meat market it's like an Orthodox meat market.
It definitely is an Orthodox. It's like, Studio 54 mixed with Torah and testosterone. I mean, that's really what it is. And they have a few hundred singles there on a Friday night. And so the men are sitting downstairs, and they have the women's section. It's kind of like a horseshoe on balcony. And like all the men, instead of staring at their prayer books, they're like looking up. Ooh, who's here? Oh. And they're coming in 2 by 2 like it's Noah's Ark. All these women are coming in. And then just to exit the synagogue on Friday night, it takes like 45 minutes to get out of there. There's big stairs, and it's like that's a real meat market. I feel like you would like to see those Discovery Channel documentaries with the wild hyenas, and like, okay, they've just prayed to the wildebeest god, and now they're going to have a mating ritual, and they're all outside, It was not where I was going to find the answer to all my problems, that's for sure.
You still felt that marriage was going to be the answer. You just didn't feel that you were going to find that in New York.
Right. I also, because I think in my dad's eyes, he was still holding out hope that if I found the right woman, that I would get on the straight path.
Was a lot of it just the classic, the guy who grew up in the South moves at a different pace than, I would say, a girl grows up in New York?
That was some. There were psychotic issues involved too.
Booze?
Both, no, on both accounts. Yeah. Right. I learned a lot about social disorders during that time.
Sure. Well, so now that's got to be really discouraging because
So I have no spiritual. Right. I have no spiritualness to speak of, and I have no social life to speak of. So I was at a pretty low point at that time. Again, this is the funny part.
Right.
This sounds like a Tony Soprano in The Psychologist.
That's right.